Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This is our first episode. So you might see us acting a little weird and nervous, but we're going to do our best to bring you some insights and opinions from a couple of salty old men that you might not have heard that sort of opinion
Salty,
from before.
Sweet.
Yes. No.
Yes. You agreed, yeah. You're salty, I'm sweet. We got it.
Yeah. So we're going to be bringing you some news stories and stuff and some unusual topics to talk on.
We're your host. I'm Dre.
This is Matt. And maybe you want to talk about how we know each other?
Well, man, it's been a while since I've seen you. I'll lead off with that, man. It's been a couple of years. You're looking good.
Yeah. We figured we might have something to talk about after we haven't seen each other for a couple of years.
Yeah. It's been, what, 6 years?
No.
How long have you known me?
Oh, how long have I known you? Yeah, I guess about 6 years. I was like, unless I've been in a fucking coma, I don't think so.
Okay, so 6 years ago is we met in the lifestyle of the BDSM. So
The BDSM lifestyle, that's right.
Bible discussions and salsa music.
Yes, that's right. We met at a party. I guess we immediately hit it off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like to do some of the same interests that I have at that party, and then I noticed you, and you noticed me, and it was a bromance from the start.
I think you tried to shake me at first with your comedy.
That's my natural persona.
And then you were like, "Oh, this guy's been through the gutter too. I guess we can hang out together."
It was the bedroom eyes from the start, Matt, and it still is. It's been a couple of years since I've seen you, and you just keep cutting them right over that mic.
I'm not good looking at all for the listener. I'm about ugly as a caveman.
Mama said I had a face for radio.
That's right. So this is the new radio. So we've got some interesting stories to talk about. I know it really doesn't make sense you hearing from BDSM guys on news stories and stuff. We're going to add some of that in there. We'll have those topics of discussion when they're pertinent.
Right. Well, we come from a lot of views from a different lifestyles as well. So it's not just BDSM. So there's all kind of stuff going on with this. That's just not what we're going to focus on, but it is a big part of who I am.
Right. So basically, we're going to be giving you opinions and stuff from outsider, just from an outsider's opinion as much as we can.
I'm not trying to persuade nobody. I'm just going to give you my opinion.
Yeah. And we're going to try to keep it funny, keep it light. Talk about some crime stories and unusual happenings. One of the first subjects in the news I was wanting to talk about is a plane incident that happened, a plane crash incident that happened here in North Carolina recently, where the co-pilot abandoned the plane and jumped out about 45 minutes before landing, or before the crash landing. And
was anybody else on the plane when he jumped out, or was he the last person out? Because you said co-pilot. Where was the pilot?
Apparently, the pilot flew the crash down to the.
Oh, he stayed with
the plane until he made a landing, and it wasn't a crash and burn type situation. He landed it with the plane relatively intact.
So is the pilot still alive?
The pilot is apparently the co-pilot from.
So the guy that stayed with the plane is still alive. The co-pilot jumped out the plane, dead.
Right. So I guess the official narrative is he jumped out of the plane, but to me, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It was 45 minutes, 45-minute drive from where he was going to make this emergency landing, and jumped out of the plane without a parachute. They found his body in somebody's backyard.
What would you do?
Well,
not jumped out of the plane.
I guess that depends. It would have been a little bit closer to the crash landing. I think I would have rode the Lightning a little bit further than that. But that's what I'm speculating. I really like to see if it's. So
what do you think happened?
See, I don't know. He could have been trying to check the landing gear from the plane and got sucked out of the plane. He could have been making a shot for a soft landing. Maybe there was a bottle of water near.
Well, the pilot still lived, right?
The pilot lived.
Okay, so what is the pilot saying the co-pilot did? Like, what's his story behind the whole ordeal?
Well, that's what they're saying on the 911 call. I don't know. I guess I need to research that a little bit better.
Yeah? So what would you have done? You'd have rode the Lightning a little bit longer?
What would you have done?
Probably been strapped in. Like, if the pilot's trying to make it. I mean, he knows more than I do about the plane.
Well, you know, like a prop plane can make a better landing than a jet plane. A crash landing. Let me look this up.
I don't want to be in any plane that crashes. Just so we're
Well,
clear on that.
what do they say? There's 3 things that don't matter to a pilot is fuel on the ground, altitude above you, and runway behind you.
I don't know.
We'll come back to that. I'm going to read a little bit more of that.
I want to know what the pilot said. What's his story? Maybe
Yeah,
they were
I'm gonna see
fighting
if I
and he
can
threw
get
him
some
out.
of the, there was a 911 call made. See, that's what I don't get. They had enough time.
It was just the 2 on the plane?
I think they dropped a load of parachuters off before that. I don't think I'm connected to the Wi-Fi here again. Sorry.
Well, while you're doing that, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make your sweet tea?
How do I make my sweet tea?
Yeah.
Do you do something unusual with yours?
I don't know. I'm asking how you make yours.
I usually buy, I think, the Lipton, or maybe it's Louisiana, the family ones,
Family size bag.
the big bags.
Yeah.
And I use more than you're supposed to, and I make it really dark, right? Well, have you had my sweet tea or something? I think
Maybe over the years. I don't know, but
you would say
maybe I'd probably say once. Like I would say, why is your tea so dark? Has it been sitting in your refrigerator for like 3-4 months? That's why it's so dark.
No, it's once it goes in the pitcher, it's nice amber color. Yeah.
So what else do? You use more tea bags than you should.
Well, I make sure I use cane sugar. This is fucking stupid. This is fucking stupid. I can't pull that story up on here either.
I mean, we live in the South. Sweet tea is big. It's big in the South. So I'm asking how you make your tea. And you led off with, I already do it wrong, but it's an amber color. So,
I do it wrong?
No, that's how you led it off.
Oh. You said that you do it wrong.
No, that's what you said.
Okay.
Just now, that's what you said.
Oh, I meant by according to the package.
Okay, so you use more than you should. How many family packs do you use?
Well, it depends on how much I'm making.
How big is the container?
I mean, I've made for fucking a lot of people before. I don't know.
Do you got a 2-quart container?
So
You got like a
normal
barrel?
Let's just say a gallon. You would use.
It's normally
maybe
more
like,
than a gallon, though. Like a tea pitcher is normally more than a gallon. Think a gallon of water next to a tea pitcher. Yeah, tea pitcher is normally bigger than a gallon
it's
of
about
water.
a gallon. I don't have a. I'm not
All right,
making.
so- okay,
I'm
so-
not
so-
making
so
more
making
sweet tea than that for myself. Okay.
So you make a gallon of tea.
Yeah,
How many
if that,
bags
I'm
are you
making
using?
2 quarts. A gallon. I'm probably going to use like 4 or 5 of those family bags.
4 or 5 family bags.
Right.
All right. Then what do you do?
And I'm gonna get that hot and let it steep. I'm not gonna let it boil because it'll burn it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
then-
this is not a trick question. I'm genuinely curious how you make your sweet. You're stumbling through this, thinking that like you're gonna say
I feel like
something
I'm in a
wrong.
police interrogation about my damn tea.
I don't even drink tea that much often, actually.
I
I'm
don't
just,
either.
Just
It's
curious how
fucking
you make your tea.
Too much
So,
sugar in it, really.
all right, you ain't got to the sugar yet, but
Yeah.
So you got your tea bags. How much water do you put that?
You're gonna steep that. You're not gonna boil it. You're gonna get it hot.
How much water though?
You're gonna use about half.
Do you do the whole gallon?
No, you're gonna use about half as much water as you're gonna use in your container. So you're gonna steep that till it's super concentrated, black looking. You can smell it. It's gonna be delicious smelling, right?
Okay.
Then you're gonna put your sugar in the container.
How
And then
much sugar?
I mean, I always eyeball it. I don't know. You're gonna put about
About that much?
depends on how fast you want diabetes, I guess. I don't know. You're
Well,
gonna put you in about I don't know, man. About a fifth of the container is gonna be full of sugar if you want really good sweet tea. And then you're gonna pour that in there hot. You're gonna stir it up till that sugar's dissolved. Then you're gonna go back with cold water. Yeah. Then you're gonna put that. You're gonna let it chill for a little bit on the counter. And then you're gonna put it in the fridge so it don't smoke your fridge out.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Sound like some good tea, I guess.
how do you make yours?
I mean, it don't pour like molasses. When you're pouring it out, it pours pretty fluidy.
You put lemons in there?
Fuck no, I don't like lemons in my tea.
What? You don't like Arnold Palmer's?
No. Star does, though. She's all over those. Everywhere we go, that's what she likes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about lemons in a restaurant, though. Don't ever do that.
Why's that?
It's one of the nastiest things you can get in the restaurant. You know that, Kenny?
I had no idea.
Yeah. Don't ever get a lemon. I always say water, no lemon, tea, no lemon, doesn't matter, no lemon. And I'll tell you why. Because the person cutting the lemon is the same person that just bust that table over there and went over there to the garbage can and raked all that nasty food that somebody on table 12 over in the L-shaped area left. And then they walk right from the garbage pit over there and they go over here and do their side work, which is cutting lemons.
So you're saying the waitresses handle the lemons rather than the cook, so they're gross.
I'm saying the people that handle the lemons don't take a lot of consideration into
So Dre is
sanitizing their
saying-
hands. That's
You're
correct.
saying that the wait staff is just gross.
And I feel like you're putting words in my mouth. I was giving you good advice.
Well, I've worked
Not
in
to get
restaurants
lemons.
a lot of the time, and I spent a lot of my youth working in restaurants, and they are gross. Yeah. The waitresses, they're gross.
I didn't say that, but he did. His name's Matt.
Yeah.
You like lemon in your tea?
Hell yeah, man. I drink Arnold Palmer. If I'm going to a nice restaurant or whatever, a decent restaurant. Yeah.
So if you go to a not nice restaurant, you don't want an Arnold Palmer?
I'm probably not going to a restaurant this nasty. This got to worry about the lemons. No.
That's anywhere, man. I don't get lemons anywhere.
Huh. Well, they're naturally antiseptic anyway, so.
No, I just know that a lot of people don't wash their hands. Then they're over there cutting the lemons, and then they take their hand, put it right in the lemon, and they put it right on the rim of your glass. Here. Give me a kiss right there on my fingers.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing to the waitresses,
Yeah, but
servers.
if that waitress wanted to take you in the back and suck your dick, you probably wouldn't tell her no, would you?
I most certainly would. Tell her no. Look for the cameras too. Like what? This fucking trying to catch my ass, ain't you? Like this is some bullshit. Kenny over there peeking around the corner with
I'm
a
not
camera.
gonna eat your lemons, but I will eat your butt.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So maybe we can come up with a subject funnier than lemons.
I was talking about your tea. You the one that got stuck on lemons.
What's on your list, man? Let's hear these news topics.
How do you know? How do you know tea wasn't on my list? As I was sitting around thinking about the shit, I was like, you know what? I ain't seen
don't
Matt
know.
in 2 years. What can I ask Matt?
I thought it was a trap, to be honest.
And that's what I told myself. See, Kenny, that's exactly what I told myself. I can ask Matt something as simple as, how do you make sweet tea? And he's going to stumble all over that shit waiting for a trap door. Like, gotcha. I knew you was going to say that.
You're going to be like, because the last time I seen you, I had your sweet tea, and the next thing I know, I was in the bed with food poisoning.
That's why you ain't seen me a couple of years, man. I'm sick as hell.
I make my sweet tea with chicken.
Well, I'll give you a news story since you ain't got no Wi-Fi. Let me help you out.
It's got it. It's just not pulling anything up. I don't know.
So there's a dentist. Yeah, he's a doctor, dentist.
Dennis.
Found guilty of murdering his wife on a hunting trip. The jury in a federal court also found the dentist, his name is Lawrence Rudolph, guilty of defrauding multiple life insurance companies when he collected nearly $4.9 million.
Holy shit.
So they was in Zambia in 2016. And they were going after big game hunting. And she apparently shot herself in the face with a shotgun. His defense, longer story short, she was cleaning it. went off, killed her.
And he's the sentencing has already happened. The sentencing.
Yeah. Well, they just found him guilty. This federal.
So he's been found guilty.
Yeah, federal court. Yeah.
Was there a witness?
Don't know.
So how do they know she wasn't actually cleaning the shotgun?
Well, I don't know that either. I didn't get all in the details. I'm asking you about the $4.9 million in benefits.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Talk to him.
Dentists make a shitload of money for the most part.
You know they got the highest suicide rate?
Dentists, yeah. For some reason, I don't know if that's actually true, but I have heard that.
Yeah. Well, it's true. We just said it on the internet.
The only dentist that I knew in real life.
Person at Walmart told me that. I know it's true.
It's probably pretty reliable. I'm gonna run with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only dentist I knew in real life, or knew, through relation, was he had irritable bowel syndrome.
What do you mean relations?
I knew his daughter.
Oh.
No, not a relationship wise. I'm just saying.
Was
I don't
she
know
trying
too many people, too many dentists in my personal circle. The only one that I did know had irritable bowel syndrome. And so
It's a real thing, you know.
Yeah. So this guy, he has a mansion, in my hometown, and he's got a house at the beach, nice. But apparently, when he's got a shit like right then. So to hear his daughter tell it, he would pull up in the yard and wouldn't even make it in the house sometimes, shitting in the landscaping out front of his mansion.
No.
So yeah, I can see it'd be a high stress job. Can you imagine having that high of, like, your pay being that high and your lifestyle being that elevated, and then having to go digging like strangers' mouths all day? Like,
67 years old. Pleaded not guilty to her death in January.
okay, so here's the question. Mm-hmm. He's that old, right? He's probably chipped up like a motherfucker, right? He's got money, right? Okay. So this 4.9, unless he's got, I don't know, gambling debt or something like that, he's not financially motivated to kill his wife.
Yeah, I think there was another person. I'm trying to get to it, but Dr. Rudolph, who was said to be sentenced in February 2023, could face a maximum penalty of life in prison for the murder charge. Murder charge on it by itself. Mail fraud charges carry a maximum prison sentence of 20 years.
That is an elaborate plan to murder somebody, to book a trip to Africa, come up with that story. They had to have guides. There had to have been a witness.
A hunting guide and a game scout said they rushed to the cabin on the morning of October 11th. This happened in 2016 after they heard a gunshot, according to the court documents. They saw Mrs. Rudolph bleeding from the left side of her chest. Dr. Rudolph said his wife had accidentally discharged the shotgun as she was putting it away while he was in the bathroom.
Does it say why he's guilty? Or why they think he's guilty?
Investigators later said Dr. Rudolph had been involved in a relationship with Laura Milleron during the marriage and at the time of his wife's death. So and that he made adjustments to the life insurance policies for her that same year. There you go.
I'm not buying that.
You think he did it?
No.
You think he's innocent?
I've been around. I've seen accidental discharges happen. I'm sure you've seen it too.
There's a lot of ADs in the Army.
Yeah.
Huh? We call them ADs, yeah. Accidental discharges.
Yeah. So, yeah. And you talking about like military term. Gotcha. Yeah. And actually, I'm not going to get into that, but I seen one recently. But I don't see, that's a long way to go. That's a lot of planning. I think if you want to kill somebody, you're going to kill them in your own country.
I don't know. Would you? Maybe it was like a impromptu thing. Maybe that. Maybe he's like going on the trip. There was no intention, right? And like 3 days into the fucking safari.
In the middle of Africa, she's going to piss him off enough while there's guns laying around.
I wish a lion would come out. That's what he's thinking, but the lion never comes out.
I don't know. He's an older man. I don't see him being that reactionary. Now, they said he's he was involved with another woman.
They said that she had been shot from 6.5 to 8 feet away. So, there you go. Forensics.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I've seen shotguns kick too. I mean, you're not gonna accidentally shoot yourself from that distance, but
You think he's innocent?
somebody can make him. I mean, I haven't looked at it. Just what I'm hearing. I don't hear a whole lot of motivation. That's a weird circumstance, but I do know having another secret lover on the side can get your ass like in trouble if just so happens your spouse does get killed. You know, that can point the direction at you. Just right there.
Yeah, well, I agree.
So I guess the moral of the story is,
Don't have a secret lover, or
well, if you do,
don't go on safari.
Yeah, don't go on safari if you got a side piece. I don't know.
What do you think, Kenny?
Something might happen.
What do you think,
About which part?
doctor? You think he did it? You think you think the doctor did it?
I was zoning out. I was
Yeah.
watching all that shit.
You see? Right there.
See,
Kenny
nobody
agrees.
cares. Nobody
Kenny agrees.
cares. Fucking cares.
Kenny agrees.
Fucking whatever.
My computer screen kicked out, and I thought that was going down. I panicked for a second. I didn't see it. I tried to keep it under wraps.
Yeah, I get it. I panicked. I couldn't pull up YouTube early. I'm like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? Yeah, I get it.
You guys
So-
have an article about the basketball player?
You talking about the chick that's locked up in Russia?
9 years. Is that what she got?
9 years, yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
9 years. I don't know how
For
much
like
she was
tincture
caught
too,
with.
right? It was just a little bit of tincture she had, yeah. I think, from my understanding,
My understanding is multiple vape cartridges,
multiple being like cases or.
like enough to get her ass 9 years wherever the fuck she went.
You don't think that's some game by
International drug smuggling is what they got her on.
Yeah, it's. I mean, really, you might catch a few years here if you get caught with that much material.
Man, it's
So
people
like
get caught
flying
with
into
less.
Russia, like
There's people with less on that.
yeah.
There's people with less on that.
But Russia's counter-offered for they'll release her for some Russian killer that we got here and somebody.
Yeah, I
else.
think they kicked that deal out. That's not happening. They're keeping her.
That was the last I heard about it.
Yeah, so sounds like she's gonna be
Where
pulling.
does she live? Is she from California?
I couldn't
'Cause I
tell
don't
you
know
on
what
that.
led up to her getting caught. It's like, was it just a travel bag, or is she technically really trying to sneak it in? Was it in a bag she forgot about?
I'm not really into it, but from the bits and pieces I heard, it sounded like she was working on some sort of contract over there, like she was going for a while.
Oh, okay.
So maybe she was taking enough to, take care of her habit while she was there, and she got caught with it. But I mean, that's the risk. That's the risk you take trying to smuggle shit into another country.
Let me ask you this. Just hear me out. How do you make your Kool-Aid?
I don't. I don't make Kool-Aid.
For kids?
I mean,
you never make Kool-Aid
it's
for the
probably
kids?
been 15. No. Mm-mm. No. I got a pet peeve about with my kids. I can't have their mouths like red and blue and shit. That just irritates the hell out of me. No, I've been feeding them like since they were little. I've been giving them like fancy juices and shit. Like I was feeding them pomegranate blueberry juice when they were toddlers and stuff. And now, I mean,
Now it's just like creek water.
the creek water.
Get your ass
I
outside.
boil it. I make the tea real dark so they can't tell it's creek water. And mask the taste. I mean, Kool-Aid's all right. I guess the trick over there is just putting a little bit more, like, you're not going to want to max out the recipe. You're going to want to make it a little bit more potent than it's calling for.
Seems like a habit.
What?
You do that with your tea too.
Make the concentrated shit. Yeah. Yeah.
4 bags. Fuck that. We're gonna put 6.
Yeah. Well, you don't want it to taste like, watered down Kool-Aid. That's gross. Who wants that? You might as well just be fucking drinking sugar water at that point.
All right, so I want to do a little segment. We're gonna start here on the Bash Brothers. It's called "Am I the Asshole?" Okay. Am I the asshole? I'm gonna start it off, And if you think you want to know if you're an asshole, get our opinions on your ordeal, just email us at the BASHBROTHERS1 @gmail.com.
Then they can put it in the YouTube comments.
Yeah, and also you can put it in the YouTube comments, and we'll read it and let you know if you're an asshole. But here's my story, Matt.
Let's hear it.
So we all have a little bit of road rage. Is that fair? Is that pretty fair to say? Like everyone has some level of road rage.
I have something relevant to talk about that from just yesterday. So yeah.
Okay. So like, but I think it gets bad when that road rage carries over to your grocery cart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And then and herein lies the problem. And I want to know, Matt, am I the asshole here? Because I was at the store doing a little shopping, and man, I really find it so rude when people just leave their buggy and walk away from it, and it's not far enough to the left where I can go around to the right, and it's not far enough to the right where I mean, it's right in the fucking way.
Inconsiderate.
Very, yeah, and they know goddamn well what they're doing, you know. So this lady was looking at the shelf, acting like she didn't see me. Pretty hard guy to miss, and so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna try to get by on the right." Yeah. And so I will admit that my cart bumped her cart, and it being Walmart cart,
Like head-on collision or a scrape?
no,
Or
I'm coming in from the rear, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I'm coming in. Yeah, you see what I did there? Okay. But she was there, and the cart's here, and I'm just trying to scoot around to the right, and I bumped her buggy, and in turn the front of the buggy kind of, you know, did that number and hit the shelf, right? And the lady turned around and she looked over her shoulder at me, and she was like, "Excuse you?" And I looked over my shoulder and I said, "Yes." Just kept walking.
Yeah. Are you
Am
the
I
asshole?
the asshole in this? Because she made it sound like I was an asshole.
I know. I think you're doing what everybody wishes they could do, or, you know, that's what everybody wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Knock them the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
They should be bumper carts, basically. They should have some
They roll like
railing
bumper
on
carts.
them. Yeah, they're shitty. But I know exactly what you're talking about. These women will come right out in front of you, pushing the buggy, and just pretend like they don't see you.
Yeah. Or man, I don't give a shit. Like, yeah, and it's
Do a mid sprint down the middle of the aisle. You know, say you're at Walmart, they have the main aisle, and they have like the cutoff. I'm just mid sprinting. It's like, I want you to fucking just jump out. I'm gonna take you out. It's like, no question.
I'll take the long way around, like route around the crowd and come in. Like,
I go in a particular time. I don't like crowds at all, so I go early.
yeah, I like
Like
I
a
kind of
Monday
like
or
the crowd
Tuesday.
sometimes. Yeah, I like it.
Like a Tuesday, 7:30 in the morning. Nice, man. There's only like 7 people in there.
Yeah.
I feel like I own the store. Hey, all right, so here you go. I was at Walmart the other day, and I was pushing my cart through, and it's early in the morning, yeah? It's before 8 a.m., and I'm pushing my cart through, and I cut my eyes down this aisle, and there's this young man, and he has a book bag. It's opened up, and he's putting it under the shelf, up under the long colored socks. You know, those colored socks these kids are wearing nowadays, like calf length, and they got all the designs on it anyway. And I was like, this kid's stealing. He's stealing these socks over there. You know, so I go around, peek around the corner. Sure enough, man, he's lining them up. Man, he's got like 20 pairs of these socks in this book bag. Zips it up all smooth, like, and just walks right out the door. What would you have done? What would you have done, man?
What if I seen that happening?
Yeah, you'd have snatched the book bag?
Hell no. I just go about my business.
Yeah, you would have looked out for him?
No. I
So
wouldn't
not
have
an
looked at-
accomplice, but you wouldn't have stopped him either.
I'd have been indifferent.
Indifferent.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, those are the cheap socks.
I mean, I might say something cheeky to him, be like,
Like, if you're going to do it, get the good ones.
yeah, you might as well be going stealing shampoo, bro. There's a higher markup and you resell. Like, telling them something else. But I wouldn't. I would probably just
Yeah, like 20
look
pairs.
the
of-
other way. That's
Easy.
not my fucking job. That's somebody else's job. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking, you know, they're robbing us left and right. Might as well fucking let somebody get some justice in the world.
Justice.
So I want to bring up this video.
I'm waiting.
Speaking of which, I'm glad you brought that up. If we can get this ancient computer to pull it up.
But it's a touchscreen. You made it.
It is. It's just, I think whatever reason, it's got a slower response time over here. It's not responding. We'll pull that up in a minute. But there, hopefully it'll come up. But there's an incident that happened yesterday in Las Vegas. A smoke shop owner. I wait to tell you about it. You got YouTube on this?
Yes.
You want to pull it up?
I'll try.
In case this fails, this looks like it might be coming up. So there's a smoke shop owner in Las Vegas. I said owner. He's working there. The video, these two guys come in with a ski mask. And
Smoke shop robbery, Las Vegas.
yeah, it happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And they're
I'll just play it on my old iPad.
yeah.
Yeah. Let me turn this up here and see what I got going on.
Hold on. Can we play that audio?
I think we can play the audio.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We'll try.
How long is that video?
51 seconds.
Okay, so there's that one, and there's one that's about a minute and a half, but that one will give you the gist of it. But
Yeah, this is channel 8.
yeah, because what the guy says is pretty interesting.
Are you guys wearing masks like say what? Yes, sleep. Nah, I'm just sleeping right here.
So they're half stepping.
I just got the
Nobody came in strong.
I keep the coins. I need the coins. Bro, okay.
He's got a knife in his hand. Now, for the people that can't see this video,
It's pretty bad.
two masked assailants come in, or robbers. Let's just call them robbers. You see how he drugged the guy out?
Yeah. So what they saying now?
There was no reports on it. I couldn't find if the guy lived.
It
He
didn't
was
look
alive.
like it.
He was alive when the ambulance showed up, but he was on the longer video. He's sitting there saying that he's dying.
Yeah.
So people that can't see what's going on. There's a shopkeeper.
Oh, you can look it up on YouTube. Just
Yeah.
like I did right there. You'll see it.
Well, he palms the clerk palms the knife faster than without the other guy seeing it. The guy jumps the counter. The attendant starts stabbing him with like a downward type stab.
Yeah, it's pretty deep too.
Probably but it's probably, what would you guess that knife is? 2 or 3 inch blade, maybe? Like a 3-inch blade tops? It looked like a flip knife, maybe. But as fast as it's going in and coming out, it's probably a shorter blade. Maybe like 2.5, 3-inch blade, something like that. I'm guessing. He hits the guy 4 or 5 times before he even realizes he's being stabbed. And then it gets all up in his shoulder as he's being stabbed. And he said, I'm dead, like he's playing a video game almost. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, and I did. It's pretty bad too. Like,
Yeah. And the clerk grabs him by the neck, drags him to the front store.
so what are they
drops him
saying about the clerk? Is he in any trouble about that, or?
That's the crazy thing. No, I don't believe he is. But I don't know if you heard that story recently where the guy in New York defended himself and stabbed somebody that came behind the counter that was pushing him and everything. And then they charged him with it. And I think they let him go recently, or dropped those charges recently, because it was obvious self-defense. But then just another day ago, a clerk pulled out a shotgun. A couple guys come in, masked guys. They've got assault rifles coming in. And the clerk, 82-year-old man, pulls out a shotgun.
I think I've seen that one.
Hit the guy. They said it.
He shot my arm off.
Yeah, he said he shot my arm off. I don't think his arm actually came off. But you know, the clerk had a heart attack afterwards. He survived. But I guess the moral of that story is, don't be robbing stores, guys. And if you do,
Like,
I don't know. Just don't be robbing stores, I guess, is the moral of that story.
like what they was a smoke shop too of all things. It ain't like you're trying to feed somebody, you know. It ain't like trying to keep your family fed. It ain't like you're trying to get some money to pay the rent. You walked in and get some Swisher sweets and pack of Mary Janes.
Yeah, they're teenagers, obviously.
Yeah, they were very not prepared for that.
And he's grabbing at like jugs of stuff at the counter that's probably fucking cell phone chargers or something. I don't know. grand total of $100 in a bucket. Like,
I feel like the dude overreacted.
who overreacted?
The clerk.
How so?
I mean, I think he took that too far.
By stabbing the guy a few times?
Yeah. If the kid at Walmart stealing the socks would have got stabbed, do you think that would have been equally justified?
He wasn't strong arm robbing anybody.
That was not strong arm robbery. I didn't see a weapon.
You come in with two people like that with ski mask on, what else would you expect?
But they didn't. I mean, the dude wasn't in any danger whatsoever. I mean, I ain't saying I wouldn't have. I'm just saying it just seemed a little excessive what he did.
Shit. That dude jumped the counter on me. You never know how tables are going to get turned, man. That guy could have jumped the counter and put him down on the floor and grabbed his
Well, the
knife,
other
man.
guy could have started shooting. I mean, he didn't know what was going to happen. I wasn't there. I wasn't in the situation. But I'm saying, from what I'm seeing at this standpoint, like, I just think that was a little bit over. I ain't saying that he shouldn't have stabbed him or
So how
did
many,
what he did.
how many puncture wounds would have been appropriate?
He wasn't like. I mean, he was obviously trying to get away, and the dude was just steady stabbing him in the collarbone. the kid's like, I'm dead, right? And he's trying to get away, and the dude's just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adrenaline makes you do funny things, man. Sometimes you can.
Yeah, that's true. I've been there too.
Seven
But
stabs probably.
that's what I
goes
say. I wasn't there. I just feel like it was a little bit of excessive.
I don't know, man. I think once that guy comes across that counter, he's put his life in jeopardy.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
and,
that.
And we don't know what that guy might have got robbed last week. You know what I'm saying? He might have been like, this time I'm popping some holes in this motherfucker. Like, I don't know.
He did.
Yeah, he damn sure did. If that kid made it, I guarantee you he'll never rob a place again. This guy I used to work for told me a story. This is about relevant to knives. But they were in the military and out all night on a town, and one of his buddies started some shit at the bar with a guy that was a short man, you know, real short guy. And if you got any kind of life experience, you know not to fuck with short men because they're fucking dangerous for the most part. They've been through some shit to come along down the lane, and
I don't know, man. I met some short dudes.
Well, listen, if I ever run into a short man, you'll notice I'm super polite to him. Like, hey, buddy, how you doing? Like, I don't want to insult him in any kind of fashion because
You're an angry elf.
Yeah, no, I don't play that shit. I grew up with a cousin that was real short, and he was mean as a fucking rattlesnake. Of course, I outgrew him by, probably way more than fucking 150 pounds than he does now. But anyways, long story short, they started some shit with a short guy, and the guy started beating on him. He picked a fight with him, started beating on the short guy. Okay. He didn't realize that the guy already had his pocket knife out and was carving this dude up as he was swinging. He was going down the middle, cutting this dude up. So, of course, he's laid up in the hospital afterwards. And the guy I used to work for, my boss, he said he went in there, talked to him. He said, hey, man, when you get better, we're going to go out and get that motherfucker, right? He's like, hell no. If I see that guy walking down the street, I'm going to the other side of the street. Like, had no mind for retaliation. Yeah, I imagine being cut up is very, very painful. And this guy, that's going to be years of recovery. So maybe he's got some time to think
It'd be
about
some recovery for that clerk
piece
too.
of shit laptop. What?
No, the clerk probably have some PTSD out of that, man. You don't stab somebody like that and go through. You're gonna go through it a little bit. I mean, that was pretty brutal.
Yeah, I don't know. I've beat people up and not had PTSD over it.
I mean, all right, fair. I plead the Fifth Amendment, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Look, it's working.
Yeah, it's running slow as hell. Anyways, I'm not gonna sweat that too much.
So let me ask you a question, Matt.
Let's hear it.
Have you heard of Jizzy Jewelry?
No, but I could make an educated guess on what it is.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear it. Educated guess on what Jizzy Jewelry is.
I'm gonna guess there's some sort of vials that you can preserve your lover's DNA specimens in and wear it around?
No, it's not like that. Nothing like vials, nothing like that. She actually, so there's a lady, she actually incorporates the semen into these like pottery pieces of jewelry, then bakes it off, paints them off, and she makes, bracelets and earbobs, earrings, and the such and such. Jizzy jewelry.
Yeah, that's gross.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's nasty. Yeah,
Well,
I did see a video of somebody doing their fingernails like that.
That's such a romantic gesture, don't you
They
think?
had it painted on and sealed in.
So, give me your insight on the Jizzy jewelry.
Well, I guess the question is it leaking DNA the whole time you're wearing it? Like,
No,
you're rubbing into somebody and
No, it's like dried. She dries the semen, and it's like powdered. Yeah, and then she rolls it into the pottery pieces of jewelry.
now, has she got a single donor, or is this like a special request thing? Like, hey, I brought you this
The
ramekin.
video she did as the example was her husband's semen. That's what she said in the video.
You think her phone's blowing off the hook for custom jewelry? Like,
No, yeah, well, absolutely, because she made a bunch of more videos after that because people were roasting her in the comments. Like, why didn't you wear gloves? And she's like, it's my husband. Like, why would I wear gloves?
I guess I'd like to know the protocol of how she's receiving specimens and handling that safely.
No, it said DM. I was looking at it, and I didn't want to DM. It felt like a trap.
It's got to be a trap, man.
You think so? I hope not.
First
Because
off,
listen,
sending your seed through the mail is a bad idea. Just
is it?
yeah, man.
It's
Fuck, do you shred your mail and stuff? Like,
Bad time to tell me now, man. I had you this bracelet made. Bro, don't break my heart. Don't crush me down now, man. Don't do that. Like, you know how long it took me to get the specimen?
did you make me an ankle bracelet?
I couldn't. Like, you got big wrists.
And you just,
It took me 3 weeks to this, man. It took me 3 weeks just to get a big enough sample.
gross.
What? It's really pretty bracelet.
You get like the little cup from the Mexican restaurant with the snap-on lid, little ramekin, send it in.
What, you get the Jello shots in?
Yeah, Jello shots. Gross.
What? Yeah, I think it's pretty unique.
Yeah, it's unique, all right. It's unique. Hopefully she's making tons of money. Because I don't know.
Can't be mad at someone's hustle, right?
I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying I don't know how the logistics work.
So you're saying cancel the bracelet?
Like send me some jizz on dry ice or frozen. I don't know.
Do you want to see the video?
No.
You sure?
No. I don't want to see the video of jizzy jewelry. Let's just. Maybe she can sponsor us and send some stuff. Be like, look, I think I sent you enough for a full necklace. Like, just let me know. I'll send in more if I need to.
I thought it was interesting. Yeah. You know, you can have like your cremated lover's ashes put into a dildo now.
Yeah.
Think that's romantic, or do you think that's also sick, you heartless bastard?
I don't know, man. I don't know about using people's remains or whatever. That's. I guess the jury's
they don't
just
care.
out on that.
They don't care.
Yeah, they for sure don't care. People.
It's just people being
I
romantic.
guess it's a nice way to be commemorated.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah. Hopefully, they just make it bigger than my original dick.
She gets to pick it out, man.
Yeah, like let's just add a couple more inches onto that. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's
I think it's pretty romantic.
that's weird.
No.
I don't know. It's not that weird because I'd like to have my skull harvested when I'm dead.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of people think that's weird. My brothers think it's weird that
I think that's pretty weird. What do you mean harvested? Like I see like a tomatoes growing out and shit.
well, somebody's got to like do all the work and scrape my face off and pull the brains out and treat the bone.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody's gonna have to do it. I mean, cremating a body's a lot of work too, or
Is it?
embalming one. Actually, yeah, the mother of my children was a mortician, and so I know a lot about it. She actually worked at a place. I don't know if you know these exist, but there's wholesale mortuaries. So like,
I didn't, you lost me there. Wholesale mortuary.
most
yeah.
people probably don't know this, but yeah, there's places. Okay, say you're a small town mortuary or funeral home, right? And your embalmer quit, right? Well, somebody's got to be able to take care of that body. You can't just be like, well, we're experiencing some short staff. You're going to have to wait an extra 2 weeks for your body back. Or if there's a busload of people killed in a town and they can't handle that amount of volume, there's facility that can take care of bodies at a wholesale level.
Wholesale level.
Maybe I'm using that wrong, or that term wrong, wholesale, but you get what I mean, like an industrial,
They can handle that shit in bulk.
a bulk order
Yeah.
of bodies, right?
Yeah.
And so they ship them. They'll come pick them up and everything, and they take them there, and it's appealing for some of the morticians that like don't want to be involved in the funeral business. They just want to focus on doing the work on the bodies. So somebody like that can go there, and then they're making a commission off of everybody. So, somebody that's working in a small town may only see 1 or 2 bodies a week. A person working there might be doing 12, 13 bodies a day or something like that. I mean, depending on the condition and whatnot.
Like, do you get a better price if it's in a better condition?
I never asked about that. That's a good question, though. But they do deal with, obviously they deal with some nasty stuff, like bodies that are decomposing. But when they're bad off, there's less to be done. Like sometimes they'll just hose them down and then pour something over top of them.
Sounds like me when I go to bed.
Yeah,
You just get hosed down,
just hose me down,
pour something over.
grease me up, and put me in the box. No, but yeah, which actually leads me to another funny story. My brother, what the fuck was that for? I think it was my brother's senior project, which I don't know if that's a national thing or whatever. But did you have to do a senior project?
I never made it to senior year.
Yeah, that was before your time too, I think.
Wait, what do you mean before my time? Like, I just never made it to senior year. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I think they implemented that after you would have been graduated though. Okay, so
I would have graduated, I think, in 02, 01, 02, somewhere.
So my brother's senior project had came up, and he was doing he did a senior project on that because my baby's mom was available for question and stuff. He figured he would do it on that. And at the time, I was farming back then too. I still do a little bit of farming now for the listeners, but
Farming.
long story short, we embalmed a pig with barbecue sauce. And cooked them.
I like how you get there too. Way over here.
Yeah.
Long story short, pig, barbecue sauce, and bomb.
Yeah, right. And I was thinking, like, yeah, that's fucking genius. Like, it still is kind of genius. It turned out, yeah, like we straight
Was it
up.
good?
Yeah, I ran a North Carolina vinegar sauce, so it had to be. It wasn't like the thick stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
Like,
yeah,
it wasn't like your tea.
yeah. Concentrated. Like this motherfucker was infused with barbecue sauce, like from an intravenous level. So, yeah, pretty interesting.
You only done it once?
Yeah. It's a little macabre. Like, it looks a little strange. I guess it could be repeated. I guess.
Strange is in, man.
Yeah. A lot of people use, like, a lot of those machines are, you don't have to have special equipment to embalm something. You can use gravity for pressure. So you could just put the barbecue sauce up high.
That's what I
Cook
do.
this motherfucker.
I use gravity for pressure.
Yeah.
I just stand on their neck till they give up.
Get to be our age, you got to use gravity on your side. Hold on, baby, I'm back.
Well,
Certain.
speaking of death, that's a great segment, and then segue into the other segment I wanted to talk about. What are your thoughts about assisted suicide? It's a big topic to a lot of people.
That's a heavy one.
Yeah.
Assisted suicide.
Yeah. I mean, it's illegal. Some states, right? Most states.
I guess in my mind, it's really a question of if that person that's being, the person that's being terminated,
Okay.
for lack of a better term, as long as they're able to be, as long as that's a consensual decision and they're in their right mind, if that can be proven that they're making a sound decision.
Well, I think that's part of it. Is like you need to be able to make that decision before you are unsound. Right. I think the benefit, when I look at assisted suicide and look at the pros and the cons, right? But I'm starting to look at the pros. I would say I want to be able to sign out when I want to sign out. Like if I know with assisted suicide, say I'm terminally ill, I've been given X amount of time to live, etc. I'm getting worse and worse and worse. I'm only getting worse. I hate my family seeing me this way. Yeah? You with me on this?
Mm-hmm.
At least with assisted suicide, I get to say goodbye to each and every person individually before I pass away suddenly one day.
I mean, isn't that what hospice does, basically?
No.
I mean,
No,
they make you
by the time
comfortable
by the time you're even meet the requirements of hospice, like you're past the point. Like
I know that hospice doesn't kill people. I mean, there was a couple women a while back that were killing people. They got charged with it and shit like that. But
yeah, they just make you comfortable while you're going out.
yeah, and who's to say that comfort level isn't killing you? I don't fucking know. I mean, they're giving you so much.
But my point is by the time you're allowed to go into hospice, like it's like you're already not talking, like you're already unresponsive, and it's already that bad, So you're just seeing, a shell of your loved one.
Yeah, so I guess it should be standard operating procedures then. If somebody's fucking doctor should be able to do it. But I guess you get to be that level like where the waters get muddied, and you're like, oh, I don't know if he was really making that decision, or if that was the drugs talking, or.
I mean, it's tough. I don't think it's an
talking?
easy question, but it's just something that I've thought about. Not that I'm thinking
Well,
about.
that,
I want to do assisted suicide. That's not what I'm saying, but it's a topic of conversation I've had in the past, and it's just something.
You know about Dr. Kevorkian then?
Was he on Star Trek?
No.
Oh my God.
Kenny, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. That was, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And whatever happened with him? Did he go to prison? He died?
Yeah, I think of natural causes.
Well, that's what they
Did he do
say.
prison time?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that was resolved. I don't think he was still
There was
like.
a band called Kevorkian Death Cycle at one time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't fucking know. Yeah. I mean, they could do it even fun way. Take him up in an airplane and wheel him the fuck out or something like that.
Your airplane story. I see what you're doing.
Should
You're
be-
tying this back around to the guy that jumped out without a parachute.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I doubt he was 23. It's like, God, I just can't stand to get to 24. I don't know.
You ever been married?
No,
No.
I might as well have been. I mean, technically, but I always choose women that are a little on the wild
Yes,
side.
go ahead.
I was never really wife shopping. I was slut shopping, I guess.
You never wanted to be married? Is that something you tried, like actively tried to avoid?
I mean, I guess I like the idea of.
Of what exactly? What idea of marriage
I guess
versus what you have now?
I mean, I'm
What are you missing?
borderline. I might as well be married now.
That's what I'm
And
saying. What are you
That's
missing?
probably coming in the future, probably. What am I missing? Stability and shit. Like, once you start dating somebody, I guess it's better to just go ahead and get married and then go through the fighting and shit. Because once all that fighting goes through, you're like,
Now, the way you just said that is just like automatically fighting has got to be involved somewhere. You hear that, right, Kenny? It's like, just get the fighting done up front. Fuck it. That's
well,
why does there have to be fighting at all?
There doesn't have to be fighting.
Okay, well now
I'm just saying.
what are you saying? I'm lost. Like you're telling get the fighting done up front or do the fighting in the back end of the relationship. Which one is it?
Well, man, y'all don't even know. Tuesday, we were all in a group chat. Tuesday, Wednesday, I was dealing with an active kidnapping situation this week. Like, I've been to the court and everything this week. And this is, my kids are just a few ways from being grown all the way. But the mother of my children is still, like, she'll find a problem anywhere she can.
Okay.
And just last year, I went through another custody battle. Not a custody battle, but I had to pay a lawyer, get the custody agreement after another kidnapping situation had went down.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll find stuff in the paperwork to manipulate and just basically cause things to be a living hell on me and my partner.
Are you telling me why you didn't marry this woman? I'm still getting to the point of marriage.
Let me get to the point. Well, I can tell you specifically about that one. That's the one I was talking. The mother of my children was the mortician.
Okay.
/ stripper when I met her.
Okay.
Right. She had nympho tattooed across the small of her back. Right.
And you were in.
Yeah.
I
was in.
You were
right?
like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. And now, like, looking at that and she was a year older than me also.
And that did it? Or was that bonus?
No. I'm just saying, in retrospect, that's a bad idea. I'll loop back around to that.
Oh, okay. All right, I want to get back to that.
We'll get back to that in just a second. But yeah. So if there's any young men listening right now, if she's checking any of those boxes, like, those are red flags. Okay, like if she has nympho tattooed across her lower back, that should be a major red flag. But yeah, man, I wasn't dating.
Although she could just be going, through things at early in life and has figured it out later on in life. And still has the tattoo, right?
The tattoo's covered up, and she hasn't figured shit out. She's worse than she was before.
Okay.
I think she covered the tattoo because people were catching on to it. You know what I'm saying? They were like, maybe that's not a good decision, Okay. But yeah, I was young. And, when you're young, that sort of thing, you're thinking, yeah, I'm fucking banging a stripper. Like, woo, And that's not wife material, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. Like, and, okay, so basically, we're hanging out, we're partying, we're fucking, She gets pregnant, right? So I tried to do the right thing.
You said that so, like, you hear how you did it? It's like, she gets pregnant. Like, you didn't have nothing to do with that shit. You were like, we were partying, then we were banging and fucking, and she goes and gets fucking pregnant. The fucking nerve of this nympho. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying, as the story goes.
I'll show him. That's what I'll do. I'll show his ass. I'll get pregnant.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't a prize either. You know what I'm saying? I was on probation.
No, I don't. Why you put yourself down like that, bro?
What? Here we go.
You got to love yourself first, brother.
I do love myself.
Oh, this was back when you were young and you didn't love yourself. All right, you've grown, matured.
Yeah.
Right,
I was out for adventure. You know what I mean? And
the nympho tat gave it away.
Yeah. Are you a child of divorce?
Yes.
And you're married, which is a miracle.
I am married, yes.
Yeah. So a lot of children of divorce will shy away from marriage.
Shy away from marriage? You know how many times I've been married, Matt?
Huh?
Do you know how many times I've been married?
I know you've been married at least twice.
4 times.
4 times. 4 times. I've never been married once.
Yeah.
And I guess there was so much instability in the relationship. And
well, I tell you what, you tell me what you've learned from never getting married, and I'll tell you some of the things I've learned from getting married.
I believe getting married's probably a good thing in getting ahead in life. There was a movie about that, or that was a scene in a movie. He's like, yeah, the ring looks good on your finger. Women know your dick works and you've got at least a little bit of money, and men know that you're not such an asshole that at least somebody can get along with you, It's a good sign of being stable and stuff like that. But I've always been a bit of an outlier, so that really didn't mean too much to me.
I think it was more of the relationship escalator mindset,
What do you mean?
Well, I was young in life, man. I got married the first time at 18, man, to a stripper.
Yeah. And
True-
how'd that work
true story.
out? How'd it work out?
True story. You know, she didn't have the nympho tat, so I didn't see the similarities there. But yeah, no, she was a stripper right out at Fort Bragg. That's where I met her, actually.
That's where I'm from.
A little place called the Bottoms Up.
It's still there.
Is it? Nice.
Yeah.
Classy. Next time you're in town,
Yeah.
Bottoms Up,
I'm
Fayetteville.
pretty sure it's still there, right next
Give
to
me a shout out
Sparky's.
for that sponsorship. I'll send them to you. Wives galore right there. But they used to work on commission, right? So they walked around topless, basically, and just sell beer. And I thought it was just, I was young and dumb, dog. It was just the coolest shit I ever seen in my life. Titties everywhere. I wasn't even old enough to be in there, much less drinking beer. But yet there I was. And I really convinced her to get out of it, and she moved back to the South Carolina with me. And I wanted to marry her. That's what it was. I wanted to marry her.
That was the wrong move, right? Trying to convince her to get out of it.
Well, she made more money in it. I'll say now that I had to get a job. That she was not selling beer on commission anymore. I had to go to work. But anyway, I was young, man. I was barely 18, barely. And
How old was she?
17.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
17, working at the strip club.
Yeah.
Okay. Did she have a fake ID?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Went by the name Priscilla. I hope that bitch sees this. All right, true story, man. I wanted to marry her, and my mom was like, "No, no, you don't know you don't know nothing about being married." I'm like, "Mom, I love this woman. You don't understand. Forever, I'm gonna be with her forever."
She picked $1 up with her butt cheeks. I'm in love.
And so, she was like, "You can't support a family. Once you show me you can support a family, I'll, fair enough. I'll give you my blessing. You can get married." And I was like, "Okay, fine. I'll figure it out." And we went to a Sunday matinee. This is a true story, man. We went to a Sunday matinee, and you know what movie was playing? You're old enough to know this movie. It was a movie called "In the Army Now" by Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
With Pauly Shore.
It's
in it,
actually
right?
a really good movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie. Great movie. I've watched it several times. Well, many times since, because as I was watching that movie and Pauly Shore in the movie, I'm like, that's it, man. Fucking light bulb over my head. I'm like, this is it. This is brilliant. I'll just join the fucking military. I'll show my mom I can support a family. And there you go. She was like, yeah, my girl was talking me up. Like, you can do it. And so I joined the Army and got married in September. Right, I signed the papers to join the Army September 8th. Got married at the end of September. Left for the Army in December. That was 1993. And to this day, right now, I still ain't seen that bitch since. Like, she stole my mom's TV and rode, bro. Like, she was, that motherfucker joined the Army. She was gone. So no. Now, what they did was taught me some very important lessons about marriage. And the first lesson I learned is that you can't really depend on your spouse, right? You got to depend on yourself first, right? And while I was doing that self-discovery, I realized that the United States Army pays you a lot more money for being married. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Housing benefits. all
I'm
sorts of
married.
stuff.
And then they also told me, they were like, well, since you're married, you don't have to live over here in these barracks that smells like an ashtray and, stale piss. We'll give you this house on post. Right, and you don't have no mortgage, you don't have no rent payments, you don't have no power bill, no water bill. The only thing you really got to do is cut the grass. I said, wait a minute, are you gonna give me a house because I'm married? I don't have no power bill, and then just cut the grass. Fuck yeah, I'm in. And I was fixing to get this house on post because I couldn't find her. I tried to get a divorce, but I really wasn't trying hard because I got a lot of extra money every month, right? But my mindset as a youngin' was, I can't save this money because when she does come for me for a divorce, she's going to want half of everything I have. So I blew the shit out of that money. I didn't save any of it. It was gone. Like, give it to me. I was broke by the fifth. We get paid on the first, broke by the fifth. That was pretty much standard. But as soon as I was fixing to get a military on-post housing, she found me, won't divorce. And by this year, man, I'm like 2 years in the Army by now. I mean, I got rank and everything. Yeah, we got the divorce. Wasn't no problem. But it really sucked for me. And so that's when I really grasped the concept of contracts. Mm-hmm. And you'll know that, just in the BDSM world, there's a lot of contracts in that in itself. But I'm going to focus more on the military side of the contract because, you know, when you sign up for the military, you sign up initially. It's 4 to 6 years. Some jobs back in the day used to give you 2, but not really. First year and a half's training, probably. You know. Anyway, my point here is that contracts in the military is a business. Yeah.
Right.
And it works in a manner of my contract is up at the end of 4 years. Well, maybe I'm a piece of shit soldier or a Marine, you know. Well, they don't want to fucking keep you. Like they don't even talk reenlistment to you, man. You've had 8 DUIs, you know, 3 assaults, 2 domestic violence charges. Bitch, you just barely getting out of here with you barely getting out of here with a discharge, much less honorable. You know what I mean? So but if they want to keep you, they'll offer you money. That's what they do. They'll say, hey, you give me 6 more years, I'll give you $20,000. And your broke ass is like, yes.
I need a new charger. Yes.
I need that money. And then it's even better if like you do it when you're deployed, because when you do it in deployed, it's tax free. Like they cut you $20,000 flush. So it's even better if you're deployed. I used to, every reenlistment I did was always deployed.
That was 1993 money. That was good back then.
Oh, I didn't get no enlistment money. That was like enlistment money. I got re-enlistment money.
Right.
Yeah, that's how they did that. But I always did it when I was deployed, so it was tax free. So I came back from my first tour. I was 21, and got some rank under my collar. Anyway, I was kind of mad because now that we're back, I was living.
What years? What was it? What year
this was 96. No. Yeah, 96.
And where were
I was in Saudi Arabia. It was the end of. It was the end of. We were doing a bunch of cleanup missions. It was in Al-Khawj over there. Anyway, so I come back, and that's when I got my first car. Right, big guy finally got his first car. I was enjoying life there, but I was living in the barracks, and I come home on leave. Right, and I actually got an extra week of leave because I had a side bet with my CO, and he gave me an extra week. I won. It was good. Anyway, so I come back home for 3 weeks, and I was like, you know, I need a wife. This
was a business decision.
Well, well, you know, I didn't realize it at the time, but yes, it was a business decision. But that was really what was leading my motivations, I would say. You know what I'm saying? So I really took the first nympho that had the words tattooed on her. Like, I mean, she was like bad news brown all the way, bro. My mom spotted her a mile away too. And she hated her from the start, man.
Now, this is the second one?
That's the second wife. Okay. Hated her from the start. They never got along. It was always cats and dogs.
What was she doing for a living?
My second wife?
Yeah.
Nothing.
You're like, perfect. You just sit your ass in my house and not do anything.
Well, she wasn't doing anything at first, and then she was doing every one. That was that problem, right? Like, you know, she liked to have sex a lot. The problem was just with other people.
Right. In your house.
In my on-post house. Now, see, I'm smart enough to now know that these decisions they're much more accurate out here with polyamory, and you know, like it's about being more vocal now. So that could have been acceptable back then if that would have been the contract I signed up for. But the problem with marriage, right? It ain't a 4-year contract. It's a fucking, you know what the contract is, Kenny? No?
Life.
Till death. Matt, death. Till death do you part. That's it. It's over with. Like how long we married? Death. You got to die. They're gonna clean your skull out like you want. You understand? And they're gonna infuse the pig with embalming barbecue sauce.
Infuse me with barbecue sauce, okay? And just pull my skull.
But that shit is till death, and I have a problem with that. So the second marriage ended because of unfaithfulness, and so there you go. And the third marriage became around. That's the only one I have children with. I have 2 children, but that's the one that had my kids. And then when she got pregnant, it was really like I just. Coming from a broken home, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't want my children to have a weekend father. I wanted to be there for my kids. And that just led into a 10-year marriage that didn't work out. So that was the third marriage.
What was the killer in that one?
It was amicable, I'd say.
It's like, I'm fucking tired of your ass.
Yeah, well,
your cooking sucks. Like, your ass is flat.
Well, I
think it's done.
I think she was tired of me, yeah. Like, I'll be honest about it. Like, I didn't fight too hard either. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
one of those situations.
Yeah, I'll wear some of that. You know, like, are you happy or are you content? You know what I'm saying? Like, thrive and be happy, or you can be okay and content.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And then if it's the lesser of the two, you're like, then what the fuck are we even doing here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, that one was the only one that had kids involved. You know, the first wife was a little stripper. I was young, enjoyed that for about a month and a half. and then ended up in the Army. And then the second one lasted maybe 3 years, right? Just touch over 3 years. Yeah, took her to Europe with me. You know, I was stationed over in Europe for 5 years, but deployed a lot. Most of the time, didn't get to see shit.
Mm-hmm.
The wife, she got to see it all. All.
Yeah.
She got to see it all the dicks. And then when the third wife got pregnant, that's just kind of stuck that out for. I rode that lightning for about 10 years.
Yeah, I did that without being married.
But what I've learned
terrible.
is that it should not be a marriage contract. Honestly, like just hear me out on this. Should not be till death do you part. It needs to be a contract. It needs to be something between the two players or the people involved. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? It needs to be something on paper saying that we're officially together because you need benefits, and that truly is the benefit of marriage, right?
That
like
would work if people were pragmatic, but that's not the case. People
just hear me out. Just let me finish.
Yeah.
Remember I said hear me out on this, right? All right. So if you walked into a marriage with a 2-year contract, you're like
you're talking about signing them up like the military.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Listen, because what happens when you get married? It's till death, right? So
Yeah.
What can you do about me going over here to McDonald's and eating 2 Big Macs before dinner?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
I'm having my pre-dinner Big Macs every night, and then I'm fucking 900 pounds, but I got your ass till death.
That was the scary part for me.
To death, bro.
Yeah.
I can breathe through a tube, and then you still married to me. You can't get rid of me, and I'm fat and lazy, and I don't give a shit about nothing. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. I'm just bitch about everything. Okay. What you gonna do about my bitching? Matt. Yard needs to be cut. Matt. God damn. All right. Till death. You understand? Wrap your mind around that. But I don't think it should be that way. I absolutely think marriage should be on a contract 2, 4, 6. And this is why. Because it keeps me on my toes. I don't get fat and lazy because she can get rid of me at this point. You understand? Like my contract comes up at the end of 2 years. It's over with. And I want to stay married to her, but she don't want to stay married to me.
Yeah.
But much like the military, I never wanted to stay in that bitch either.
Well, the divorce rate is not too far-fetched. It's not
That's true.
That crazy because I imagine if we look at the statistics, 4 years is probably pushing it on the usual marriage.
But my point is I never wanted to stay married to the military either. But they made it worthwhile. You see what I'm saying? They made it like, all right, we're gonna give you 20 grand. So like, if I want to do another contract on marriage, and she could be like, well, I'll do another 12 months with you, but we need a 1 week vacation in July on this 1 year contract. That's what I'm saying. It would keep people on their toes. People can.
That's an interesting concept.
You can't go sleeping on it. Now you can step up at the end of the contract and be like, look, I love you and I want to stay married. Let's do another 2 years. We'll keep everything gravy. And she's like, all right, listen, I like you. You're pretty decent. I need a new BMW if you want to stay married, and I need a bank account with $10,000 allowance. You know, and I was like, well, fuck, this marriage is over because I'm not doing any of that. See, we can mutually agree and consent that this marriage is now over, and you get what you put in it. Everything stays. You understand? You don't leave broke, or you don't split everything down the middle 50-50 on these contracts.
I just don't think people can be that honest with themselves.
When you say people, I think you mean men. I think men would be the problem. I think women would sign up for that faster than a man would. What do you think? What do you think, Kenny? You're a man, right?
I don't know.
Maybe. You don't know?
Yeah.
I think he's a
They
man.
might sign up for it, but I don't think they would be able to.
Have a problem with commitment to begin with.
Well, I think they'd have a problem with it because they would be put in check all the time.
Like, 4 years is a lot of time. You might not even know what you want.
That's why I
You know
said
what
two.
I'm saying? This sort of thing changes, especially when you start adding kids in.
That's what I'm saying too.
I need to take a bathroom break.
Go run. I'll holler at you.
It's distracting me. I got to take a leak.
We on pause?
No. Keep talking. I'll fill in.
Ah, Kenny.
Yeah. Well, it's nice and warm for you.
You come on over here and we'll talk about your commitment issues.
All right. Can you hear me? Yeah.
I can hear you.
Sweet.
So you ever been married?
No, sir.
No? What do you think about contract marriages?
I don't know. That's a weird thing. I mean, technically, you're already signing a contract when you get married.
That's my point. I led with that. Till death, though.
Right.
And that's my problem.
You just
with
want to
contract.
shorten it up some.
I'm more of a mindset that marriage for a life partner, your nesting partner, yeah,
Right.
right, is more like it's a business contract, Really, like you're
Yeah.
you're deciding to build a life with this person.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we're going to parent together. We're going to turn this house into a home.
Right. You're building an empire together.
Yeah, and I think if people approach marriage with that mentality, I think we would be better off. Now, that's what I've learned from my failed marriages. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not
Right.
talking about everyone. I'm not saying everyone should abide by what I'm saying. What I'm simply saying is that that's what I've learned. Being in the military, with all the reenlistments I went through and all the failed marriages and the divorces, with everything that I can put in together, that's what I think that would be a much better package deal. If we could realistically walk into a marriage with a timeline. Now that's not to say you can't be together forever. Sure.
Right.
After, say you do a 2-year contract and it's great. It's fucking great. Yeah. Let's go 5. So the next one we do 5 years or 10 years if you're that brave. But
But your contract is not equating the actual emotions that are in that, correct?
yeah, you got emotions in that, right? There's emotions
So-
in divorce. You ever been through one of those?
No, I've seen all my friends go through them.
Were they emotional?
Oh yeah, they were a train wreck the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Your contract's up, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. It's not being renewed. I can promise you that. Your fucking linguine sucks.
I think it's a good idea. I just think men would have more of a problem with it than women. Like, see, I wish we could take callers at this point, because if we could just get some feedback on that.
Young men, older men would probably be like, fuck yeah, that's exactly what I need.
No, it's the older men who's already got goddamn lazy in their relationship. They're not taking sharing out anymore.
So let's talk about dating women that are older than you.
I know a little bit about it.
I heard that it is bad for a man's health to date a woman that's older, and likewise, it's bad for the woman's health to date a man that's younger than her.
Huh.
Yeah.
Any reasoning behind it?
I think stress levels, they say women mature faster than men.
Well, they say a lot of things about women and me.
Right. But you know what I'm saying, like,
They're smarter.
well, men are going to be more wild, you know what I'm saying, up until a certain point, until they start getting their shit together for the most part. Women usually kind of mature in that level a little bit different. I mean, I'm not exactly sure of the reasoning, but that's the way I took it from what I read.
But you like older women. That's what you said?
Do I like older women?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting pretty old now, so I mean,
How are you?
the age group of
46?
older women that I like, yeah, that's
36?
50 would be pushing it. 50 would be around probably that.
Wait, I was asking how old are you?
Oh, I am getting ready to turn 40. I'll be 40 in a few months.
Yeah. Big 4.
Yeah.
How old are you, Dre?
47, just turned 47.
47.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like fine wine, bro.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you, I didn't peak in the 1900s, bro. Like, quote me on that. I didn't peak in the fucking 1900s. That's a quote, direct quote, Chef Dre. Yeah, you want to know when I peaked? The day I die. I can't get no better than the day I die.
Were any of your wives older than you?
Nope.
Have you ever been in a relationship with an older woman?
Yeah, I was in my. I was in
relationship, not just
Wait, what?
butt
Now
stuff.
you got me wondering. Not just butt stuff? Is that what you said? So you automatically equate me with butt stuff in a woman, an older woman.
Maybe I just equate milfs with butt stuff. I don't-
I think that's what I was getting at, right? It's the older woman and the butt stuff that did it. Okay.
Where's the lie?
No butt stuff for me, but I can actively remember being 20, 21, dating a woman in her 30s.
Like dating?
Yeah.
And how'd that go? Was she expecting more out of you than you were expecting to put into it?
Are we talking sex or like?
No. I'm talking about life. You know what I'm saying? Living together, your station in life.
Oh,
You know what
no.
I'm saying?
No, it wasn't that kind. No, it wasn't never gonna turn into that, bro. It was more. That was fun. That was like, but it was dating. Like, we were dating.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna live with her.
Right.
Fuck.
Yeah, I guess I've lived with a lot of women that I went
Like,
married
that's
with,
your
so-
go-to. I noticed you ordered the number 3. Want to move in? You know what I mean, babe?
Yeah. I haven't been married as many times.
You don't like horsey sauce either, huh? Come on. Get in the fucking truck.
Basically.
Yeah, that's your go-to. Yeah, no, I don't want to live with it. No, I was living in the barracks then, actually. Matter of fact, I was living in the barracks. I wasn't married, but I was living in the barracks, and she had an on-post house because she was
Married.
a parent. No. she, she had 2 kids.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so she had an on-post housing because
She was divorced.
A divorced
So
parent.
she wasn't looking for you to supply anything other
Oh,
than
the dick.
the dick.
That's what. Yeah, like I wasn't there to be no stepdad. I was just, hell. That's,
I guess the point being like
like she would call me and be like, "What are you doing?" Sitting in the barracks drinking, broke as hell drinking ODs. 40 ounces. You get about a case back then for like $9. You know.
she only called you when the kids were at their dad's house.
She'd call me, "What are you doing?" Just sitting there watching whatever would be on the fucking tube, and she's like, "You want some mac and cheese?"
Sold. I'm on the way.
I can distinctly remember several times getting off the phone and going, "Is that like a thing for older women? Is that what they do? They just call you and be like, I got food."
They know you're simple. They're like this young dumb motherfucker. He'll come over for some mac and cheese.
I do like the mac and cheese, but
Yeah.
and she didn't like it when I'd say no because there was sometimes I'd have other things going or other things going.
She's like,
She'd be like, she'd call you. "You want to come over?" And I'd be sitting there with somebody. I'm like, "Nah, I can't tonight. Making mac and cheese."
got
And
a
I'm
freezer
like, yeah,
full of popsicles.
Yeah, I really
Come on.
can't. I really can't. They got PT at 0400. I'm fucking tired. All right, mac and cheese sounds good. Chicken too, huh? What kind? Is that shake and bake?
You know how to sweeten the pot, right? I've got that sweet tea boiling, boy. Bring your ass on over.
It wasn't like molasses tea though.
Man, I'm gonna bring you some next time. It's delicious.
That amber colored tea.
Yeah, man, that's the way my aunt used to cook it. She's old Southern, and I guess that's the way I like it. I don't like it.
How do you know you hadn't changed that recipe yourself over the years?
I'm a better cook than the rest of my family, so I probably have. But
Like she started with 3 bags,
yeah,
and here you are like
a 5-bagger.
30 years later. Add another one. That's a big pot of water. Add another one. Listen to what I'm telling you.
Most sweet tea people make doesn't even taste like that. It doesn't taste like tea. It tastes like
Sugar.
yeah.
Yeah, you're drinking
there's
sugar
no-
water. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no flavor in it. You put extra tea in there, and it actually makes it strong. Like tastes like something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what you should do is
Like-
put a little salt in it.
People do put baking soda in it.
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
No. I've seen people
Right
put
when it's-
salt in it.
Right when
You
it
gotta do it
starts
like, you gotta
to
do it like this.
right when it starts to boil,
Like this.
people just a little. I don't know, changes something in there. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe that was cracked. People are cooking. I get things mixed up sometimes. It was either tea or crack. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
So, what I'm saying is that a man would be more upset about the marriage contracts than a woman, because a man would be like, "Fuck yeah, I got that bitch. There's nothing she can do about it." And then they get lazy.
But
Can't depend on them no more.
they're not gonna
But
get.
but during the dating phase, right? It's the dating phase that people always go crazy with, right? Right?
Yeah,
He's so
I think
great.
you have to be suckered into it. Is what I'm saying.
Suckered
Like,
into marriage.
Yeah, I think most people are suckered in by the love aspect of it and all that shit. They got to get that out of the way before things start getting dicey. That's when marriages happen, I believe. Or if somebody's looking for housing or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying?
Fair. But what do you mean when things get dicey?
Putting a marriage together after you've had about 2 years in of fucking
Yeah.
coexisting and living together, and be like, oh fuck, I don't know if you're fucking like marriage material now. Like,
Well,
we
you know.
be fighting over spaghetti sauce on the floor and shit like that. Like, there's never that sweet time that comes out. Like, oh yeah, we should
I
do
didn't-
a fucking
I
time.
didn't
of the
marry
night now.
Star. I didn't marry Star until 5 years after.
Yeah, but you were much older, and that was your 4th marriage you've already had. Like,
because I learned through all the other ones.
That's
you know,
what I'm
I was
saying.
like, look, if you can make it 5 years, then that says something.
What's the age difference between you two?
She's 34. I'm 47. So 3 years. I'm really fast at math.
Right, I've seen that.
Yeah,
Noticed that.
really fast. Go ahead, pop me any question, any math question.
I just no. Fuck, I'm retarded. I'm actually good at basic math because I was forced to be. But yeah,
Yeah, she's 34. I'm 47. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's more of an ideal situation than if the roles were reversed. But what I'm saying is, that was your fourth marriage. You had it down cold by then.
I should.
Yeah, and you dated her 5 years before you married her?
Yeah.
Why was that?
I mean, truthfully, like, she didn't even ask to get married. I'm the one that asked her. And
I know, but most of your other weddings were shotgun weddings almost. why the stall on that one?
I wouldn't say it was a stall. I'd just say it was more of you don't get any. It's easier to build when you don't get the benefits of just living together. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's no health insurance. There's no.
Were y'all living together for those 5 years?
Yeah, 4 of them easily. Yeah.
But why didn't you marry her right off the gate? Like,
Why? Where's the rule book that says I have to do that?
I'm just saying by your baseline.
I didn't. What? I didn't know if it was gonna last at that point. That's what I said. Like, if it can make it, you know what I'm saying? Like, we did the work. I put in the work before I asked her to marry me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, listen, if you can put up with my shit for 5 years, congratulations. You made the next level.
So she was a few more months of this shit.
Stockholms, man. I'm telling you, it works every time. That's what I've learned about marriages. Stockholms. Look it up.
His wife is, she handles it very well. I'll just say that.
She better.
She handles it very well.
But yeah, like she wasn't like sweating me or pushing me to get married. She'd have been fine without it. But I mean, just some insurance.
So when did you make the decision on that?
You want me to tell you how I asked her to marry me?
No. I'm going to be like, you're like,
Don't you know
this
the story?
is the best fucking chicken parmesan I've ever had. Like, I'm not letting this bitch escape.
It's very close to that. I would say you've heard the story then.
I don't think so. But I imagine that's how it went.
All right, so I really took it back to our first date, right? So I put a lot of thought into this marriage proposal. After doing it several times. Like asking in the McDonald's drive-thru is not a good idea, apparently. For those who need to know, don't get excited about those 2 pre-dinner Big Macs.
There's some young guy taking notes. No nympho tattoos. No McDonald's parking lots. Like, no older women.
So yeah, I really took it back to our first date, and our first date, believe it or not, was at a gym. Like, we went to the gym together, and then
As a first date?
yeah, the first time we actually went and hung out, and we went to the gym. We just walked on a treadmill, talked to each other.
That's cool.
Pushed her off a couple times.
Yeah.
So she fucking,
yeah.
Dominance.
Let's
put
see
that
how
shit up.
strong you are before I...
Yeah, put my dominance up there right quick. But yeah, and so then we went back to my my townhouse at the time, and I was like, "Come on, we'll go take a shower." And it was together, So we went and got in the shower together. Yeah, that was the first date. But we'd been talking for a few weeks before that, so it wasn't like.
No, I'm saying, when did you decide to marry her after all that time? Or was there a countdown like you were like, if she makes it past the 48-month mark?
I said that at 3 years, and I said it at 4 years. So when the 5-year mark rolled around, I was like, "Hey, get off my ass, man."
It's starting to look like a no-show here, right?
So like, then we had our first kiss in the shower after the gym.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that. So let me tell you about the first kiss. Was I actually like kissed her ass. Like, I was washing her a little bit. I was having fun with the boobs. Doing some things in the shower, and then I had her turned around, and adult time, kids. Don't let that. We told you up front, don't let you fucking kids listen to this shit. So anyway, bent her over and went and had a little fun time.
He's saying he ate her ass on the first date, if you're not catching that translation.
Well, that's what I said.
Right.
First date. That's not the first time we got together. Like, we've been around each other a while, but the first actual date, that's it. Yeah. So
right.
Before I kissed her, I was down there eating the booty. That was mine and her first kiss right there. Tell me that's not fucking romantic.
It's
something. It is. Right. Listen. You can listen to the fucking swoons right now. I'm telling you. So So here, fast forward 5 years later, I'm like these fucking people are out here doing flash mobs. They're doing like getting cops to pull you over. They're doing some really dramatic shit. And I'm like, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to reenact our first kiss. So I did. That's what I did. Because we were moving from the townhouse into another rental. And I wanted the first kiss to be in the same shower. Swoon. Listen. Your bedroom eyes are looking at me.
So what you're saying is you have a nice foundation built
Yeah.
on ass eating.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
no doubt. So we were in the shower, and she had no idea it was coming. I was scared to death I was going to drop the ring. I had the ring with me in the shower.
Where did you have the ring? If I could just get the head of it in here, it would be fucking perfect.
It was too big. The ring.
Yeah,
The ring was
no,
too big.
I've tried to put my dick in things.
No, I had it stashed on top of the shower. I'm a little taller. Well, I'm a lot taller than her, but she couldn't see where I had it on like the corner ledge of the shower. Up there.
Yeah.
But I was paying attention. I was scared, like it's fucking, like I don't know, some draft. All of a sudden, right down the drain. I was nervous about that more than anything. I knew she was gonna say yeah. Well, I hoped she was gonna say yeah, but she didn't know it was coming. She was totally fucking shocked. There I was eating her ass. 5 years later, Kenny, right there, same ass, same shower, same mouth.
You're going to be causing a lot of divorces out here. They're going to be like, why
and then she noticed I stopped eating. Yeah, and she kind of looked over her shoulder a little bit. And I'm sitting there like,
I found something.
you want to marry me? I went digging for gold. Come out with diamonds.
Well, that is original. If I've
And
ever
romantic.
heard it. Yeah.
Why you leave romantic out?
I couldn't. Yeah. Yeah.
You couldn't what?
I just. I'm not that thoughtful.
I put a lot of thought into that, man.
I could. I see that. Yeah.
It worked well, too.
Yeah,
She said yes. We've been happily married for like 12, 13 years now.
Yeah. Has it been that long? It ain't been that long.
I'm fast at math, though.
Yeah, it ain't been that long.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Well, that's good. That's good. Now
So,
we all know
anyway,
the story.
I should do a lot of segments on marriage advice. If you got any marriage questions, right there.
Email
the Bash
them.
Brothers Show
That's right.
at gmail.com.
If you
Or
have
you can put it
any-
in the comments right there, and I'll get at you because I am full of marriage advice. I'm not saying it's the best. That's that caveat. Let's lead with that.
Right.
Like,
So you
follow
use
said advice at your own will.
do you use a slip-proof mat when you're doing that in the shower?
I had nothing, bro. You don't understand. I was nervous.
That's dangerous.
I was nerve wracking.
Yeah,
I was
dangerous.
scared I was gonna fall. My big ass. It's not a big shower. Like it was a regular size shower. My big ass trying to get on down there to eat that ass, man.
I'm too big for all that. That ain't happening unless we're going in like.
I'm big too,
one of
man.
them
You got to
big
make it
walk-in
happen.
Deals. Yeah,
I'm big too. You got to make it happen.
Yeah, a lot of people shower with their spouse. I've never got into that.
Why not?
I don't know, man. I guess because I get so dirty during the day, I'm like in there trying to wash like industrial. And I'm big. I don't want anybody in there with me. Like it's not a pretty sight. You know what I'm saying? Washing my butt crack. Like there's no, I don't want to sit there and have to be like, like.
All you got to do is put the soap on you and use it like a car wash. Y'all just rub bodies on each other.
Yeah, I get aggravated too fast. It just wouldn't work for me.
What don't you get aggravated about?
But I don't get road rage that often. But yesterday, I've got a real problem with people that work on road crews standing in the middle of the fucking road when they, when you're on the highway and they have all those signs. Oh yeah, you got to reduce your speed for these people working in the road and shit like that because they get hit by cars and stuff like that.
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
Okay.
Let them live.
That's made.
Let them work. Let them live.
Right, that's right. So I'm not talking about on the highway. I'm talking about on little country roads and stuff like that. This has happened to me twice this year.
So
already.
fuck them on the country road. like, on the highway, you should live. But if you're on the country road
I
crew.
stopped my truck yesterday and chewed a fucking road guy out yesterday.
All right, now I want to hear about this. This is a story.
So it's in the morning. I'm leaving, and there's a curve right there by my house. A lot of traffic's going through there. It's a 2-lane road. There's houses on both sides of the road. There's a girl there with the sign, slow, right?
Okay.
come through. I've got a big truck, right? So I'm coming around. I'm going slow. Meanwhile, there's another guy, like an employee with the vest. He's over the line, like past her. He's over the line in the road, telling me to stop, as she's waving me through, and he's trying to stop, but he's in there because they had fucked up the sign. Basically, there was traffic coming through on both sides, right? And he was trying to make me aware of that by jumping in the middle of the fucking road. Apparently,
Whose fuck up was it?
his fuck up. I stopped my truck and rolled the window down. I was like, "Look, man." She's waving me through, and he looked like he was probably drinking the night before, and he looked like he was fucking like 75 years old out there.
He's probably
working
like 26, married with 3 kids.
Yeah, dude. I looked right at him. I was like, look, man, she's waving me through. You're out here in the middle of the fucking road. You're about to get hit by a fucking car, man. He's like, oh, yeah. I was like, no. Get the fuck out of the road. Like, back the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And that's been a couple times recently. Somebody out there standing with the sign doing incorrectly, like, putting themselves at risk.
Kenny, he led this with, I don't get road rage.
That's not road rage. I was really calm.
I've actually been that guy.
So passive,
Uphill guy.
Yeah.
It lasted 3 days and I was out.
road passive. That's what it is.
Fuck this.
Well-
I got off at the plaza out there behind the fucking speedway, middle of summer, just cooking.
Yeah.
It was awful.
It's a dangerous fucking job. And you don't need to be standing like this. Wasn't the guy holding the sign. This was just some guy like overstepping his bound. Like my dad's starting to like he's getting older, and his legs are not working the way they used to, right? But he still wants to get in the way of everything. Every time I'm like there's something going on where we're lifting something heavy or something like that, he wants to jump in the way and still be useful, but he can't get out of the way like he used to. You know what I'm saying? And I've noticed that with other old men.
You're asking
I
a
think it's
man
a
with
problem with old-
disabilities, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean. If you're an old man, it's okay to stand out of the way and let the younger people do the work, and don't be standing out. In the
What
fucking
defines an
road.
old man, though?
If you can't get your ass out of the way in time,
That defines?
yeah,
The age?
like yeah. I mean, yeah.
See, I'm a member of, I come up with a theory for a new road test.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Right. So I think once you hit a certain age yet to be determined, right? So let's not get ahead of ourselves. All you had to do is pass the Frisbee test. Yeah. Stand 20 feet off, 20 paces. You throw a Frisbee at somebody. If their reaction time isn't best to catch it, they can't catch that fucking Frisbee. Don't give me no 2 out of 3 shit. Like, give me an honest throw. A normal person should be able to catch it, have enough reaction time. Right?
And this is on a driving test.
Yeah. I think this should be part of your driving test.
Man, you went to high school and seen people in gym. There's people who couldn't do that shit on their best day. With the like, some people
I'm just saying,
aren't
when your
coordinated.
reaction time gets too slow, you shouldn't be driving. That's what I'm saying. Sign on to that fucking theory, pal.
Yeah, I mean, there should be something. There should be something. I know. I know. I got all these little stupid stories, but this guy that lives down the road from me, he's a real nice guy. He used to be one of my customers, like one of my clients, but he beat cancer, man. This guy like chain smoked. He had lung cancer. He beat lung cancer. Like, we all thought he was a goner. Like, he was on up there in age, silver hair, raspy voice. You know what I'm saying? And we are all already like saying, this dude's about to be gone, right? Anyways, he beats cancer. 2 weeks later, he's driving his tractor to the gas station to fill it up with fuel. Another old man that was senile, shouldn't have been driving, had already had his driver's license, was driving, hit him on a tractor, flipped him over, and killed him in the ditch. Like 2 weeks after the dude beat cancer. I was trying not to be a downer on here. That was a downer story, but
That's pretty down.
yeah. But yeah, I guess it's just
Of course, I guess your road rage, it's pretty down. That brought me way down.
I've never
pal.
had a lot of road rage, man. My dad did. I've seen my dad rip his shirt off while he was driving. He's like, fucking run! And
I tell
here
you
we're
what,
thinking we're going to Golden Corral, like 7 kids in a car. You know what I'm saying? Next thing, we're having to back him up trying to fight somebody on the side of the fucking highway.
I've followed people like.
Hold on, man. While we're talking about his road rage, we used to take summer trips to Florida because he's from there. And we had I think he borrowed my uncle's station wagon. And we went down there, and we it was a, you know, the machine you've got to put a quarter in to get air out, air compressor at the gas station. He puts a quarter in this thing. It doesn't work. He goes into the gas station to get his fucking quarter back, right?
Okay.
The guy says, hey, it's not my problem. It's the machine belongs to somebody else. That's not my problem. Old man goes out there, takes the hose of the air compressor and shuts it in the door of the station wagon, right? And drives off. Well, little did he know that those cables or those hoses are reinforced. They have steel wire in them, so that can't happen, right? So he winds up snatching the whole fucking concrete block that this machine's on out of the ground, tearing the door to the station wagon up. Like, point being, nothing good comes of road rage. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had my fair share. Like I've had my son in the car. You know, I think he was probably 15, maybe even 16. That's what he is now. But man, I was just took off out of this. Well, I don't even remember why I was mad. And I was so focused. Like he was definitely running from me. But I'm fucking retired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got time.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't have shit else to do.
But you're
And
still impatient.
I
Like-
was so focused. Well, no, he flipped me off. That's what started it. He flipped me off, and I was like, "Well, fuck you too." Yeah. Anyway, and I wasn't wanting them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just following them,
Yeah.
tracking them. I was just so focused, and all of a sudden, like, my son's sitting over there, and he's like, "Dad, hey, Dad, what are we doing? What are we really doing?" And I was like, "This is not a good example, son." See, I
Yeah.
did say that, so
Yeah.
that's good parenting.
Yeah. I used to have a little bit of road rage, but not anymore. I'm pretty chill. I'm patient. I realize that everybody on the road is fucking idiots and stuff's going to happen. So as long as you can tell yourself that bullshit's going to happen every day. You know what I mean? Especially while you're driving.
I guess that's why I don't have road rage like you, man.
Yeah. But I will stop and tell somebody to fuck off if I think.
I feel like that's a lot of rage, right? That's not
Yeah.
road passive.
I cussed a woman out that was in the middle of the road trying to pull a dead dog out of the road, too.
Why would you cuss her out?
She was about to get herself killed and cause an accident. She was out of her car dragging a dog out of the road in the middle of traffic. I was like, lady, get the fuck out of the road. She's like, oh, this dog is poor dead. He's dead. And I was like, you're about to be dead. Like, get the fuck out of the highway. Like, you're putting your life and all these other drivers' life at risk.
And now you putting your life at risk out there talking to her.
Out there
You gotta
talking
be better
shit.
than you got to be better than that, buddy.
I try. I assume most of the road workers are unarmed, so
No,
pretty
don't
safe.
ever assume. Never assume.
He'd be like, "Oh, I suck at holding a sign." Pop, pop, pop. Like, you suck at holding
It
blood
could
in your
just
body.
be the day. You know what I'm saying? It's like today's the day. Like, motherfucker, ain't nobody never saying nothing.
the
to me.
only two I ever told off, I feel like they kind of knew that they were fucking up, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you know, might have saved some lives out there. Who knows?"
That's what I think your road rage does.
I'm out there saving lives every day with my road rage.
How many kids you got?
I got 2 kids of my own biological. But I have 3 kids in my house.
I got 3 more I picked up at
Oh,
the
boy.
park last week. What are you looking for?
Lord have mercy. No, I've got 3 in the house, a boy and 2 girls.
How many you
My
got in the
kids
yard?
yeah, how many I got in the
How many you keep outside?
how many are on the farm?
I got 3 that stay in the house.
3 that'll feed good, 2.
The other 2 are trying to earn their way back in.
Yeah, shit. That should be a thing. Yeah, y'all leave the fucking house nasty. Y'all go out and live outside for a little while in the building. Go live in the nasty building outside.
So 3 kids total? What you got there? What's the youngest? 10?
10.
10, yeah.
Yep. 10, 13, and 15. So looking for that driver's ed. Can we have another driver?
We got another one fixing to start that too. End of the year.
We just talked about this the other day. How many you got?
4 or 3 living at home.
4 in total.
Yeah.
3 living at the house.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately, like the motherfuckers won't leave.
Yeah.
Huh?
What's the ages?
Oh, I
on
got 10, 14, 16, and 20.
And the 20-year-old still in the house?
No, that's the one that ain't living in the house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
See how I look at you. Hell no, the 28-year-old ain't in the
that
house.
don't seem
Not
like
in
you.
my house.
Doesn't seem like you.
No. But you got to get that 15-year-old ready to drive, though.
I've been teaching them a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it ain't what you can teach him, it's what you can do for him. And the only way you get his license, and I don't know how it is in North Carolina, but in South Carolina, you got to have your permit for 6 months before you can get your driver's license.
I think it's a year here.
And you should definitely check in on that because you're already sleeping because he can have his permit at 15.
Well, we just relocated. All the driver's eds down here were booked up, but now I relocated to the mountains.
Well, what I'm saying is you get his permit, you don't have to book him in driver's ed anytime soon. But as long as he's got his permit, then you can, by law, help teach him to drive.
They got to have their driver's ed to get a permit here.
Really?
Yeah. You got to go through driver's ed first and then get a permit. That's how it works. And then they put you. When I was driving, there was some bullshit like you had to be home by a certain time too. Like
In South Carolina, we don't give a shit. You pass a test.
That's the thing, man. North Carolina's pretty relaxed with a lot of stuff, but they're a little fickle on that.
You pass the test is all you got to do down there for your permit.
Well, I'm gonna get them driving. I'm already teaching them drive. Gonna get them in that.
But if it's a 1 year
driver's ed.
waiting period, you know what I'm saying? Like if he don't get his license if he don't get his permit till 16, he's gonna have to wait till he's 17.
Yeah, but he's only like 15 and a half, and he's getting ready to go in driver's ed, so he'll be getting around 16 and a half.
How much is driver's ed up here?
Shit, I don't know.
It was free in our high schools.
Oh yeah, we had
Yeah,
it.
it was like a thing.
That's because
in
you're
high
old,
school.
Kenny.
Yeah.
And you're old.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore. They took it out of the budget. We don't have the school budget because we haven't legalized marijuana. Weed.
Well, they're not. It's not ran by the school. It's ran by somebody else. Like they're private things that are contracted.
Yeah, I know. I've put my two through it already. Yeah, because down in South now, you got to have your permit for 6 months before you can get your license. But you have to go to a driver's ed school that's accredited through the state, and they don't do it in school anymore. Again, that got cut from the budget. That's a true story, because the taxpayers can't pay for that anymore. So now it's on the parent to pay for the driver's ed school personally.
Right.
And they're about $400 to $425.
Yeah.
Yeah, in cost. Yeah.
Well,
sucks.
I don't know. We'll find out when we find
Fucking
out.
sucks. That's what it is. And then you
We're
gotta
in a
put 'em
whole
on-
new area now.
Then you got to
so-
put them on your insurance. Man, kids, I'm telling you,
That's-
don't have them.
Don't have-
Hey, Dre, what's your advice on kids? Don't have them.
Yeah, yeah. If you have them, just fucking be ready. I don't know, man. I don't know advice on that. That's I couldn't imagine having kids right now, but the way things are, it'd be very, very, very expensive.
They've always been expensive. That's why back in the day, in Kenny's time, they would have 12 or 15 of them. Because you need 12 or 15 of them out there in the fucking garden. Because we can't afford to feed you. So if we don't grow it, your ass ain't eating.
That's the way it's getting ready to go back to, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna
So-
have
so
some
you
kids, you
need-
better be farming right now or hunting or some
You,
shit.
you needed a big family. Now you just can't afford a big family. And that's really my mindset on families now, man. Like, really, just think about your Christmas budget. That's how I'll explain it to a new kid. Now, if you want to have kids, if you have one kid, you're thinking about having another kid, what's your Christmas budget? Honestly. Well, it's 2022. Let's say $1,000 is for mathematical purposes. Is your Christmas budget, yeah? You got one kid, he's going to have a great fucking Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Spoiled, right? You can even spend some on the wife. You know what I mean? Got a little extra left over. 2 kids, this shit gets split in half. Now it's $500. Show me a gaming system with 2 games, an extra controller, and a pair of shoes you can get for $500.
Not happening.
No, it's not. But your budget don't increase, but your kids are increasing. You know what I'm saying? Now we got 3 kids. Well, you're fucked now because we got 4. So now it's $250. So now we're looking at a pair, some socks,
Yeah.
fucking soccer ball, fucking tyke trike that's handed down from your cousins. I mean, I'm just saying it's rough, man. It's not easy buying all this shit for kids. I mean, it's fucking constant, man. It's always something, If you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. Goddamn, it's school clothes, or it's summer clothes, or it's fucking winter clothes, or it's lunch money, or it's take me here, or I need picked up over here. I mean, it's always something. So my advice is if you have one kid, you're thinking about having another, don't. If you don't have any kids and you're thinking about having one, listen, don't. It's pretty fucking simple. Do you like having nice shit? Don't have any kids. Do you like getting more nice shit? Don't have any kids.
Yeah.
That's pretty simple.
If you like nice shit, you're going to take about 10, 12-year break of having nice shit.
A
Till
break.
the time they're grown.
Hey, Dad, come in here and look at this picture I draw. I'm not getting up. Bring it in here to me. And she says I can't. That's when your butthole puckers up and you walk in there and she's drawn a mural on the wall with crayons and markers. Fuck.
Yeah, I remember getting a nice big screen TV for the first time, and then my daughter went in there. She didn't like what my son was watching, so she keyed the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were laying in bed a few years back, and there's this like the kids' room in the rental we had there on the other side of the house, and our room's over here, and it's like boom, big fucking boom. I'm like, if those fucking boys are wrestling, god damn it, they should be in the bed. Those fucking boys, put some clothes on, grab shoes, walking across the house, and I opened up the boys' room. You know, they were sharing a room at the time, and they're both laying in bed like, and I just knew they'd fucking done something, you know. And I was like, what was that goddamn noise? And they're like, we don't know. And that's when I realized they looked scared. Like, what the fuck are y'all scared of? You heard a noise and y'all's ass is scared in the bed?
And then the interrogation begins.
Like, this is some bullshit. So then I'm like, well, it's not the 10-year-old, right? Like, the 10-year-old's ass has been asleep for hours, you know? And I go over there and open up her room and turn on the hall light, and she's just standing there like fucking Macho Man Randy Savage. And the TV, her flat screen TV's in the floor. And she's just standing there like, dun, dun, dun. You know, and I'm like, what the fuck? And she says, I was sleepwalking.
Yeah.
That really happened. Yeah.
You think she was sleepwalking? Or?
No, I don't think she was sleepwalking.
Yeah.
No.
They lie.
Yeah.
Kids lie.
Yeah. If you ever want to know if kids tell the truth, listen, they don't.
They don't.
No.
They don't. And you love them so much you'll believe their lies.
No, I don't.
You'll be like, oh,
Listen,
yeah.
my kids, man, they'd
Till the
rather climb a
evidence.
tree and tell a lie than they would stand on the ground and tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, I don't like my kids. I don't like kids, and especially my kids. Like, I want to be upfront and honest about that. You want Dre's parenting advice? I'm going to give you some fucking parenting advice. I don't like kids, especially my kids. And other parents look at me like, you know, they give me the fucking like, huh? You're a shitty parent. Am I? Or I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? I don't like my kids, and let me tell you why. It's not my fucking job to like them.
Yeah.
It's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to like my kids. I'm supposed to love my kids. I'm supposed to raise my kids and teach my kids not to be an asshole. Teach my kids what a debit card is, what a credit score is. All the shit that no one ever taught me or us growing up, that's the shit I want my kids to know. It's not about giving them what I didn't have. It's really about teaching them what I didn't get taught, right? But it's not my fucking job to like them. Nowhere in the fucking rule books that I never read, I did write my own, publishing coming, but it's nowhere written down that I'm supposed to like them. And I can guarantee you that my kids don't like me.
Yeah.
Do you think your kids like you?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah, probably not.
Now they love me, right? Now I love my kids, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to teach my kids the best that I can, but it's not my job to like them. I'm not there to be their friend. I'm there to be their father first, and then I want to be their friend.
There's a saying about that. You can either be your kid's friend when they're young or when they're old. You can't be both.
It's the problem my ex-wife has now
Yeah.
because when she was raising our two kids, she raised them more as a big sister than she did a mom.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
And now she's having problems with their.
The
growing
mother
up
of my
and
children
attitudes.
went and got her nose pierced the other day, and then asked my
Just the nympho
13.
tat.
Yeah, got her nose pierced with her boyfriend got it pierced. Like both of them got it done. I was like, oh yeah, fucking cool.
I mean, it's a phase, right?
But she shows her my daughter pictures of it in text, and then asks her if she wants to get her nose pierced. Thank God my daughter knows that she's.
Oh, wait, the mom got the nose pierced.
Yeah.
Oh, I
and
thought the daughter got the nose pierced.
No, she after the fact she asked my daughter if she wanted a nose
The
piercing.
10-year-old daughter.
13.
13-year-old.
Yeah, gonna ask her if she wants her nose pierced also.
And what'd your daughter say?
Well, no. She's like, no. She's like, well, you know, something like I'll pay for it or something like that. And she's like,
We
no,
can get tattoos
like
also.
I just don't think it's cool, you know, like whatever. Like, so basically, told her fucking nose piercing was lame at the same time, telling her no. And like that, the whole time I've been worried about her corrupting my kids, and like that was like a little shining light. Like my daughter knows that she's not well put together, I guess. She knows how to tell her no already, so that's a good thing. Yeah, it's kind of sad that the mother's a bad influence. You know what I'm saying? But at least the daughter knows how to stand up to it.
Fuck them kids, man.
I mean, I like my kids. I like my kids. Like, yeah.
I don't believe you. I call bullshit.
Nah, I mean, shit. He's got my own. He looks
listen,
just like me. Got my name. I mean,
at best, my kids are they're all right sometimes. That's at best. You know, like every now and then, when they're out there helping with the yard work or something, like I hit them from across the yard with the nod, like, yeah, you're all right, kid.
And as they get older, they become more likable too. I think.
No, that's
Trey
where you're
says
wrong.
no.
That's where you're definitely wrong.
Yeah.
Because the older they get, the more time they want away from you. Period.
Yeah.
Right? Like they hit a certain point, and the only thing you can really do is hope that the shit that you've been saying for 17, 18 years is fucking sunk into that 6-inch skull. Some of it, like because. And I've told you this before. I never raised my kids sheltered, and I'm totally against parents who raise their kids sheltered, but it ain't my fucking business because it ain't my kid, But I just hate seeing these kids that are so fucking sheltered, and what's gonna happen when your kid goes out here into the real world, gets fucking bit off in the ass on some reality.
We've all seen that in the real world.
Yeah, that's what I'm
pretty
saying. So
ugly.
I raised mine watching Cops every night, man. I wanted them to see the shit out there. I can't show my kids what crack looks like. I can't show my daughter what black tar heroin looks like, but I have.
Yeah.
Like I'll pause the TV. Right? We're in the late times now, fellas. This is great modern century. We pause the TV. Look, see, that's what a cookie of crack looks like, kids. See that, son? Cookie. They call it a cookie. Did you know it's a fucking cookie, Kenny? That's what crack is called before they crack it up and break it up. It's called the cookie. Yeah, it looks like the little tin. You ever get one of those pecan pies?
You out here selling them dimes. I'm out here
That's
selling
what they
them
cook
cookies.
it in, is those little tins like that. Yeah. So they're called cookies. Yeah. You know how I learned that? Cops. Watching the Cops.
Now, kids, here's what bath salts does to a human.
I want them to see all the shit that I can't show them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah.
It's my parenting style.
Yeah. That's your parenting style.
Hey, you want to be out there in that shit? Make your fucking bed.
Yeah. Your kids are well behaved. I've been around them,
Dude,
a little bit.
I can remember there was one summer, right? They were acting up and pissed me off about some pads or some digital pad or some shit. And I was like, go get in the fucking car. Leave your shit here. Get in the fucking car. Just go get in the fucking car. And I turned the air off. Rolled the windows down. It was like, it's July in the South, man. It was like fucking 110 heat wave or some shit going through. And I took them over to the other side of town where I knew it was like nothing but poverty, man. And there's no power. Like, like these people, they need to have running water. There's an old outhouse sitting out there. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, Bruno, I told my daughter, I was like, Bree, go over there and ask that lady how hot it is. And they were like 10 and 8, dog. They were scared to death, bro. I think I did that. Yeah. Like, I wanted them to see how good they fucking have it with other people just on the other side of town, man.
Yeah.
Like, understand that there's people out here hurting just because you don't want to do what the fuck I'm telling you to do. Like, you can be like that too.
Yeah, they've got it made way past from what we had when we were kids. You're just talking about air conditioning shit. I remember riding around in station wagons with no air conditioning when I was a kid. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up
That
for
was
today.
our air conditioner, was the windows down. If you want the air on high, roll them all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little vent on the
Yeah.
side. Yeah.
So if y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, bitches, gripes, or complaint, all the bitches and gripes and complaints addressed to Matt at the Bash Brothers Show at gmail.com.
I'm real friendly.
all the advice and stuff, I'll give it to you. I like doing that.
Yeah, email us some stuff. I'm sure we danced around a lot of topics. If you want to hear us dial in on some more specific things, email us. If you got some more questions about if you're the asshole or not.
Yeah.
You
I like that.
You can send us in situations, no subject within, tasteful
What the fuck? You gotta be
legalities.
tasteful. You gotta be tasteful.
I'm saying, like, don't send us no fucking freaky illegal shit. But you can send us some, like...
You went straight dark side, man. Illegal. Oh, yeah. Keep the illegal
careful with
stuff out.
Yeah.
But Matt is sensitive, so be careful with your wording. That's what he's saying.
Keep the felonies out. We can handle misdemeanor conversations. Keep the felonies out. And, we'll see if we can help you out with your situation.
Till next time. Appreciate you.
Thank you.